Who am I? I'm Wolfie, and I just got back from San Diego Comic-Con. Nah, just kidding. I actually got back. Oh god dang.
Shadow basketball.
Okay guys, so the Shreveport Comic-Con. Oh, let me get this off real quick. So the Shreveport Comic-Con was actually a few days ago. It was actually last week. I didn't get a chance to make a video on it because I had worked that whole week. But here I am now telling you guys, basically I was there and I got a whole bunch of cool stuff. So join me as I show you guys what I managed to grab rather, from the Shreveport Comic-Con. So starting us right off the bat, I got to meet Tom Cook, who was an animator, best known for his works on He-Man, She-Ra, Ghostbusters, Brave Star. There's a whole bunch he did work on. But I got him to sign a couple of prints for me of some of the works he had done. Of course, I got him to sign to Justin, that's my name by the way, Tom and Jerry prints, because that's one of my favorite cartoons of all time growing up, when I used to watch it on Boomerang. I got him to sign, of course, Tiny Toon Adventures, another great one that I loved when I was growing up, and of course, one of my favorite modern shows. It's not really modern now, I guess it's kind of old, but still I used to love it a lot, King of the Hill. So that was awesome. I got to meet him, got to hear some of his stories. It was really amazing. This is my first ever Comic-Con, I should say. I was really surprised they were bringing it down to Shreveport, which isn't really, I don't know, I'd get into it, but it's like, let's just put it this way. When it comes to like places you think a Comic-Con would be, Shreveport is definitely not on the list, but I'm thankful they did, because there was no other way I was gonna get to go. Anyway, starting off next, I got to meet, of course, I got to meet Johnny Young Bosch. So yeah, I got him to sign 2 prints, one for Bosch the Stampede, and the other character he played, which I had to have a picture of. He played Yu Suzuki from Persona 4. Yu Suzuki, what the hell? The Japanese game designer? I got him to sign Yu Narakami. There we go. From Persona 4 The Golden. What the hell's wrong with me? That was awesome. Moving on, I also got to meet the creator of One Shot. This is a game I didn't even know, like, I didn't even know this was a thing. She apparently worked on this indie game. Let me see if I can pull out real quick. Let me see if I can find it in this stack of things. Should have came more organized, but they're all piled up. I got her to sign this picture, this poster of One Shot, and that's the creator right there. I'm probably going to do a playthrough on my gaming channel for this, but yeah. Got her to sign this, and this is apparently a game that you can buy right now on Steam. So if you're interested rather, go ahead and take a look. Yeah, but this is awesome. I got to meet a game creator, an indie game creator who currently has a product out. So that was before I even got to play the game. Let's see how the game is another time. But moving on, I also got, let me put this down over here. I also got to meet I got to meet Bob. Hang on, let me get the name right. I wrote it down. Bob McLeod? Oh boy, I'm bad at names. But I got to meet the artist who is responsible for co-creating the New Mutants, the X-Men, the New Mutants. This is a comic cover. Of course, it's in poster form, and I got him to sign right down there. And I also got him to sign, of course, my favorite superhero of all time that I'm wearing on my head right now. Oh wait, I pulled the same poster out, hang on. I got him to sign this amazing Spider-Man. Of course, it's the original, not the original, but this is the cover that he drew in poster form, and I got him to sign that too, right down there. So, it's awesome. I'm gonna frame this and put this on my wall somewhere. I'm in love with like the classic older art style of the old Marvel comics. So, and getting to meet the artist, it was pretty awesome too. And I got to see him actually draw out, because he was drawing for someone else. He was sketching out a Star Wars cover, because apparently he also worked on the G.I. Joe. He worked for Marvel, DC, and he also did G.I. Joe comics as well. And he also did Star Wars comics. I watched him draw out a Star Wars cover, and it's intricate, the amount of line work and inking he was doing. It was awesome. Now we're going off, not into the things I found signed, but things I found at the Comic-Con. Of course, I had to buy some comic books, and what else did I have to get but none other than Sonic & Knuckles, the first ever, I think this is a Sonic comic special, one of the first ever First ever. Let me get a close up on that. Number 1. So this is one of the first ever comics based on the actual game event in comic form. Based on, of course, Sonic and Knuckles. This was really awesome, and as a kid, I remember seeing this in all the old Archie comics, and I really, really wanted it, and I never got it, because I think the only way you can get these, at least the comic specials like this, you had to order them off the Archie, what's it called, the Archie comic list. At the end of every book, they had this list of comics you can, like, mail the form in, and they would send it to your house. I could never get my mom to, like, agree to buy these comics. I used to love getting subscriptions and stuff like that, but I had to go to the comic store every month and find them. But yeah, I had to add this to the collection because this was something I always wanted as a child, and I got it now as an adult. And then moving on, we go to, of course, the first ever appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog in a comic book. The gleam on the screen is not helping. Let me just, there we go. That might help a little bit. So the first ever Archie Sonic the Hedgehog comic, the first ever time he appeared in comic book form, as you can see right here. Come on, it's the premiere issue, number 0. And look, you see Robotnik before he got his design in America. I'll get you yet, Sonic! And you'll have to catch me first, Chrome Dome. Actually, that is actually going to have to be Jaleel White's voice for Sonic. I messed that up big time. But here you can see right here, it just reads down there in the description, it says, "This is it. Sonic leaps out of your Sega video game system into his very own comic book." Longest running ever video game comic, which sadly looks like it's coming to an end. If rumors right now, by the time of this recording, are anything to go by, it looks like the Archie Sonic comics might actually be finished. Sad. I used to collect these when I was a child, and it's like now they're gone. And finally, the last comic book I managed to pick up, of course, was the number 1 issue of Sonic the Hedgehog. This is when it became like its own standard. You can tell it's old because Sally is pink in this. So there you go. Sonic number 1. Pick this bad boy up. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep, give me that one." It was so cool to find these comics, and they're in really good condition too. And they got a little card back cover there, and it's like all came in plastic and cardboards. Very nice. Gonna add those to my collection very soon. And finally, the coup de grace. Of course, at every Comic-Con, they have to have Funko Pops, right? So this is the Funko Pops section. First one I want to start off with is actually a major spoiler for the show Stranger Things. So if you're watching the Netflix Stranger Things show, be sure to skip forward to 9:27 of this video, so that way you don't see what I'm about to show you. This Funko Pop will spoil Stranger Things on Netflix for you. Okay? I'll give you guys a second. Alright, second's over. So, the first pop I got was the Chase variety of the Demogorgon? I don't know what that is. I still need to watch Stranger Things, and I know I spoiled it for myself, but I was at Comic-Con, and I was like, what is that? I'm like, I saw the Chase sticker, and I was like, do once, and I was like, oh, it's a Stranger Things thing, and I was like, oh, whoops. Like, oh, well, that's spoiled for me, but I got it. So I'm actually very happy about it. I had to buy a plastic protective case for it, because this might be worth something in the near future. Also, once I watch the show, I'm probably going to enjoy this a lot more. But yeah, that was the first pop I picked up at the Comic-Con. You can see, I wish I could show you better, but there is an actual gleam on my screen, and it's not really good for displaying Funko Pops. You can see my background on my wallpaper of my computer there, but there it is. It's a really cool figure. I actually really like it. It reminds me of other Eldritch abominations, but there we go. That's one. I'm going to put that over there. Next up, I got... Ow, I hit myself in the eye. I got the Ninja Turtles Alamo City Comic-Con Rare Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book edition, the Grayscale Raphael. There were only 2,000 of these made. 2,000 piece limited, so only 2,000 of these guys are in the wild right now. My hat is riding into my eyes. But there are only 2,000 of these guys right now, and I managed to get myself one at a very fair price, I'd say. This is actually really cool. I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan since my childhood. I had to have it. I never really read the black and white comics, but I kind of went back when I was older and read some of them, and that, yeah, definitely a different tone than what we got now. But yeah, got this guy. Boom, awesome. And finally, the big things. Let me just bring these guys over here. The big thing that I managed to get from this was I got to meet Sean Schemmel and Christopher Sabat. If those names sound familiar, those are the voice actors of Vegeta and Goku, respectively.
Well, hi, I'm Chris. I'm the voice of Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha, the legend. Yamcha, the best character in the show. My name is Sean Schemmel. I voice Goku and King Kai and Nail on Dragon Ball Z. Here in Shreveport.
I even got to fist bump the voice actor for Vegeta, so I technically fist bumped Vegeta. That was really cool. So when I met them, of course, you had to stand in a long 30-minute long line, but I did manage to get them to sign both of my pop figures. I got Sean Schemmel to sign my limited edition Super Saiyan God Saiyan, Super Saiyan God Saiyan, Saiyan Blue Goku pop figure. That's Sean Schemmel's signature to me, Justin. That is awesome. So I put this one in plastic, of course, because, yeah, awesome. Here's a drinking game for you guys. How many times do I say awesome in this video? Like, someone in the comments is going to be like, you said awesome 27 times, not counting that last one. But yeah, I also got Christopher Sabat to sign my Vegeta pop. He wrote over 9,000. Hang on. There we go. Over 9,000 right there. So that was, it's just so cool that I got to meet the voice actors behind the characters that I loved so much when I was younger. And yeah, it was so cool. I also got to sit in at one of their panels. They had panels and I got to listen to them. Instead of watching them on a YouTube video, I actually got to sit there in person, something I never thought I'd be able to do, because where the hell am I going to go to Comic-Con? Like, the closest one would probably be in Texas, since I live in Louisiana. But yeah, oh my god, this is a really, really fun thing, and I'm really glad I got to go to this Comic-Con. Yeah, tell me if you guys have ever been to a Comic-Con. Let me know your stories, and if you guys ever want to go to a Comic-Con and you feel like... Oh, here's another thing I actually want to, before I sign off. I saw so many cool cosplayers. I'm probably just going to overlay pictures and like splice in some footage I managed to take from the Comic-Con during the middle of this video, just during random bits of this video. But I got to see so many cool cosplays. I got to meet different people. I got to meet other Sonic fans, because I could tell because I was wearing my Sonic shirt. I also wore the Punisher shirt on the second day I went. It was a blast. I'm so happy I got to go and meet like-minded people and got to see so many cool different things and meet different popular famous people. It was a really cool thing. I hope I get to go to more Comic-Cons in the future. But that's my story, guys. Thank you all for watching through this. Yeah, I don't get to make many haul videos, but the few times I do, rather, I hope they're entertaining enough that people, you know, really appreciate it. Like, because I like to share my stories with you, and hopefully you guys like hearing them from me. But in the meantime, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name has been Wolfie from More Reactions, and I will see you all in the next video. So stay tuned.
Earth is a fun place to be, yo. If you guys ever watching that again, you need to think about, like, there was a level of difficulty to that song that you guys don't entirely understand. Other than the fact that it was just Vegeta having to sing, which was tricky in and of itself, because I had to go, all right, Vegeta's probably never sung before. Like, he never took singing lessons, he probably didn't study music. But I do know Vegeta, if he's going to do something, he's going to do it better than everybody else, so he's going to at least try. But the hard part is that the rhythm of the song didn't necessarily match the movement of his mouth. So I was having to do like some weird stuff in the middle of it. So the tempo was like, Earth is a fun place to be, oh, the food is tasty too. And that's what it was supposed to be, but I had to add like, first, like, Earth is a fun place to be, oh, the food is tasty too, yum! Like I had to like throw words in because there was another mouth flap in there. That was really tricky.